inspection of the Highway 16. We've got the former Captain Bob Priefer and Don Rainbolt are going to take us through with Pat Hall and Damon Meyers and try to show us what they do in a regular inspection and give us any tidbits of information concerning the maintenance of the 16. So Bob, why don't you go ahead and start explaining what we were talking about.
Well, the first thing to do is to check in with the office or somebody on the dock. So let them know that you're here, you're going to inspect the vessel, and have someone go with you or be on the dock handy so that you're in a buddy system in case anything turns up that the situation can be handled by more than one person. Should somebody stumble or something mishap happen aboard the ship, they know that there is somebody aboard the ship and so forth, so that they can resolve any problem that may arise. So try to have a buddy system. If anything turns up, make sure you get word to somebody else. Don't just try the other party try to solve the problem, you know, if it's anything serious. Really don't hesitate to get the word out. That's the main thing.
Okay.
And visually check the ship. You're going to check all the cables, the wires, see that there's no chafing or wear on the cables. They're not too slack and also not too tight, but you got to have some movement so the ship can move in any kind of weather.
Up and down and back and forth.
Yeah, right.
So that's good to have them loose a little bit?
Well, like they are now.
Within reason. Okay.
Within reason, because you're going to have fluctuation of the water, high water, low water, and it should take care of itself. The longer the leads are, the better, because that'll pick up any slack. And of course, visually watch the draft marks, the prop back there just showing slightly out of the water. So should the prop disappear, the water, you know, the ship will float the same, but the water level is going to drop. All right, so it should be taken out of water. Then the ship would go down, and your rudder and that would be further down in the water. You can tell she's taken out of water.
Most of the draft marks are gone, but there's the rear prop. You can see just the tip of that blade out of water. So you kind of visually check that, and if you see that way below water, that'll give a good indication that the ship is taking on water. Don, is the power cord on the ship?
The power cord is hooked up. There is a fuse box which is off inside the warehouse, but it probably should be turned on now because it does light up the engine.
We already did.
Okay.
Okay. Toward the end of this tape, I want to get a shot, Pat, of where the fuse box is and how we turn it on in there.
That's the one in the
What power is it? Is this 220 or 440? 220?
It's a fuse box combination. Right now the converter is not working, and I think it would be important to get an electrician down to take a look at it and see what is wrong with it.
That's a converter?
Converter converts regular shore power to direct current, which is the lighting and the winches on the ship.
Okay.
It comes off the DC current.
All right, so we should get an electrician down to check that out?
Well, Bob and I talked about that, and we thought maybe one of these days we could get the ex-chief engineer, Bob Rail, to take a look at it.
Okay.
And look at the fuses and things like that for us.
Okay, good. Is that chief engineer in town, Don? Or?
Yes, he lives in town. His name is Bob Rail. R-A-H. How do you spell that, Bob?
R-A-E-H-L.
R-E-H-L.
Okay. All right.
So you open that door a little bit and that'll pop off.
Okay, the lighting's going to be poor in here, but we'll try to gather what we can with the flashlights. Okay.
Get the air.
You don't come on a ship right away and go down in any holes. You let it air out for a few minutes.
Okay.
That's the main thing, because
It could develop vanilla line or whatever.
All right.
I usually do it is I take the tank top, this is the tank top, and come down the other to see that there's no water accumulation in any spot. Then I come down to the active part of this runway and do the same thing.
So you're just walking down the side?
Just walk down the side, keep the light on, and look and see if there's anything been moved or any water.
And the converter is right back in this area.
Okay.
Back there.
All right.
I don't think you'd be able to get any water that's used in on
Oh, the sides and that? Watch your head.
Yeah, watch your head and walk cautiously.
First thing you do is, if the power's on, you push it up to 8. You listen to the speed of the motor, let it run there for a second, see if it's almost all the way down the B, then put it back in 8. I may not have got it that time. I got it.
Let's give me the phone.
Kind of like climbing it right now, right? Kind of climbing.
All right, this is cranking up the power.
That's picking up enough speed. That's probably what's wrong with the way the brushes on this speed. The brake needs cleaning and the brushes are bad.
Brushes are bad on there, Don?
I don't think the brushes are bad, but it's good.
This thing is clean.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's for electricians to do. See, they're all black and white in there.
Okay.
I think the reason for that is that the oil, these oil is going through, and over a period of running quite a bit, the oil will get in there, and that's what darkens your rings up. It's in there, but down there, where we hook it onto the road.
All right.
Rio will probably know where to shut off, but I don't know. That's what I say, I don't fool with it because I don't know anything about it.
Well, there's your connect here.
But is that outgoing fuse box or ingoing?
That's good. Now you're disconnected, right?
Yeah, that's connected, okay, yeah. But you want to pull that fuses for you anyhow.
Yeah.
It could be just blowed fuses.
Do you have a fuse puller here anywhere? There should be one around here somewhere.
Here
We're not getting any power at all.
for the power, we ought to have the fuses checked and clean the brushes and the
That's a stop.
motor.
Oh,
That's a stop.
okay. And then you can go down in the engine room, there's a switchboard, and we'll show you down there, and it's all labeled with the various
Lighting.
circuits, yeah. Let's see, you check out to make sure that there's no water. If there's going to be any water, it should all drain back this way, but you can catch any early leaks by probably laying up along there.
Okay, from the generator, we're going back over toward the door. Toward this stairway here.
Well, I think we're ready to go.
And we go up into the upper deck.
Through one of these compartments, you got a watertight bulkhead, and you got a water stop, so you're going to have to, which is this steel sticking up off the deck, we call it a water stop, because of course you got to step over, otherwise you're going to be knocking into the hog.
Yeah. That entrance in our open, that's for the emergency generators.
For the emergency generators, Don?
Yeah.
Okay.
For circulation. That's
Okay.
why I leave it open. Nobody told me to. I figured they need air down.
Okay.
It's kinda got a smell in here now.
Yeah, well, the air gets, because you're getting rusting, and the rusting process uses up the
Stale in
oxygen.
the air.
And of course, the easiest way to tell that if there's been anybody in the ransack, your lockers will be left open. And you just pull everything out, and you can't help but see.
Bust all the locks, which a lot of them has been done already.
These are maintenance supplies for the ship, Don?
Pardon?
These here are maintenance supplies. I see all kind of fittings and valves and...
Yeah.
Where does this one go here?
That's the engine room.
That's to the engine room?
And this is your stairway down into the main engine room there.
Okay. That's where we're heading?
Well, okay.
Just well,
Might as well go down, okay.
Trying to take it easy there, Don.
I want to leave my clean up here because it's double layer.
Want me to bring it down to you?
No. Probably froze up a little bit.
These are, Don?
Yeah.
Now, none of these are probably any good by now, are they?
No,
They've been froze up and busted.
Where would you replace those batteries if you ever had to?
KW.
Any local,
No, that type of battery, you'd have to go through,
Marine
ooh, boy, through whatever diesel distributor, probably have to go to Chicago area or somewhere, because these batteries, I don't know if they even use that type anymore.
probably don't.
Most of them are run by air now, but these were started by battery.
okay.
Okay, here's where you're gonna watch yourself, this
Yeah, I'm gonna
stairway.
stay up here, so we
Okay, Don.
want to go on down there. From here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get down.
At the shore power turned on, you're gonna have a light showing here, and you'll have a light in the generator room.
Okay.
And, but of course, when the converter is working, then all these lights would work up.
Okay.
All right, now one of the things I always check is go back here in the shaft alley.
This is one of the things you want to make sure that you have somebody up here.
Okay. So whenever somebody comes down here in the engine room, Don, somebody should stay up on top?
Should stay up in case there's some gas down there.
Alright.
Okay.
And of course, you look down in the building, if there's gonna be any water or any oil leaks, you'll collect down in the engine room.
Where?
In the building, right down there. You can see a certain amount of it. And go back here.
Now, there's always gonna be a little bit of it, Bob?
Yeah, there's a little there
There's some right there too, isn't it?
Let me see them.
Nothing to, you can see just a little accumulation, not much at all. Practically
Okay.
nothing.
Count.
All right.
Watch these steps, these are some wicked ones here.
You're coming around in?
You
Yeah.
might want to shut it off, get over there, because the head's
Okay, then we're going back to the stern tube. And first you can see it's perfectly dry here, and weather-wise, and no rusting is in excellent condition for a ship laying up this period of time.
How come no rust down here?
Well, you know, the change in the temperature drastic as you go up in the upper deck hall, and cold contrast.
I see.
Oh, boy, if I was in the sewer. See, it's perfectly dry.
John?
Also in very good condition. And for here, the stern tube, if there would be any possible leak in here in the gland, but it's in very good shape.
What do we do if we came in here, Bob, and found that there was accumulation of water?
Well, get yourself, assuming that you got power on the ship, get yourself a sump pump and start pumping out.
Okay.
I'm going to say it would be probably the stern tube bearings. It's the only thing, because without any movement, there shouldn't be any puncture in the hull or anything.
Yeah.
And so that would be my first guess. It was coming in through the stern tube.
So there's no bell or anything open up to let the water out?
Well, yes, there's built pumps around here, but you would know where you might be pumping it from here to somewhere, some other part of the ship. So your best bet would be to get a portable sump pump and just trash it. You wouldn't, if it was just water, just a sump pump, submergible, hook it up here with a hose and pump it out over the side.
Okay.
To find the source of your problem.
All right, now we got to go check the other side? Okay. It's an emergency escape. Bob said each compartment has an emergency escape. It's just a small room that goes in with a ladder that'll get you out.
But here again, it's just a void space that they're not open, so you can get access. They're using it as storage right now for odds and ends.
Pat was just telling me that on the back dock by Warehouse 2, we have another one of these gearboxes.
Right.
As a spare.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably want to protect that or get it in out of the weather. Or
Well, if it's outside, yes, I would, if it's outside, I would see it was covered in that and so forth. We'll try to protect it from the weather the best you can, because I'm sure these animals are very hard to come by right now.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the engine there?
These are the main engines, just, you got two of them there.
Okay.
If I remember right on that reduction here, it weighs about 5 tons.
Yeah, it's heavier than that.
I'm going to say that by the nature of itself, once you're in the dark here to try to find it, but usually there's a handrail around.
Because I was down in the engine room of the Acorama, and my bulb burned out my flashlight, and I had one hell of a time finding my way out.
Yeah, it's always a good...
Okay, so whoever comes down should have 2 lights with them, one in the back pocket in case of failure.
Yeah, just for an emergency.
Yeah. You can find the ladder to get out.
Because you're not that familiar with the layout, and in the dark it can be real confusing.
Yeah.
The best thing is to stop for a minute and think where you're at and try to remember before you make any mad decisions.
What's this up here, Bob? This is the old engine instruction?
Well, this is a board there to keep all your various tanks, your what you're running at. You're running 325 on a slow bell, and on half speed 450, full speed is 645, and there's the readings on the fresh water, the day tank, and so forth.
Okay.
And the various temperatures, your main temperatures, and your pumps, which one's on and off.
So that's posted by the engineer or the...
Right,
okay.
The engineer on watch.
Okay.
Where's this one go? On the other side?
Well, that's the boiler room up there, looking up there, but I want to go back in the other shaft alley here down the starboard side. See, set up here.
You look down in the setup.
All right, now we're going down the starboard side to check this shaft well for any water. This is the starboard shaft. We don't see any water, everything looks clear and dry. Again, it's not rusty. Bob said it's a remarkable shape for as many years as she's been sitting.
we are back in the starboard shaft alley, and it's the same, very good shape, no condensation, very low.
Okay. Each side of the ship duplicated, Bob, is pretty much between...
The shaft alley, both sides duplicate.
Okay.
Oh, it's outside. Massive. So right now we're underwater.
All your water is about waist high, I'd say.
Okay.
It's that much.
Oh, this shaft is below the water line then, huh?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's, what's the size of the wheel, 6-foot wheel or 6 feet? I don't recall, but you just see the tip on it there, so.
Okay.
All right, there's potable water tank on there, and
Oh, there's a little oil.
let's see where the oil is that. But it's nothing to be,
Nothing to be concerned about?
no. You keep an eye on it, take it in.
Okay.
Number 21. That's the emergency room, right? Emergency exit there too?
Yeah. See, normally running, when the Navy runs them, why under, organization, you're gonna have to have all these water doors closed. So anybody gets pulled in these compartments, they gotta have a second actual escape.
Go up here and go into the boiler room.
I'll see you're up on the car.
Oh, okay. I see. So that goes right back up to where we just came in.
Once we came up here, checked the boiler, you can look it back to you and you're right at deck level where we first came in through this porthole here.
This is what?
The crew quarters. Is it Johnson or what the heck is it? Milwaukee Cleaver Brooks.
Was this gas fired or oil fired?
Oil?
You can see the unit over on this end here. Cleaver Brooks.
Haven't you sold this thing yet, Bob?
What?
Haven't you sold this yet?
No, I'm trying hard, but
Okay, so when you come up to check the boiler room, is there anything in particular here you check with the boiler?
no, just for actual visual, because there's nothing that I could see that would go wrong up here anymore because it's been drained and everything.
Okay.
Just for the sake of seeing that nobody, because they might come in through that way and run through something or turn some valve or, you know.
Okay, where are we heading now?
Back through the engine room to the generator room.
Okay.
Is that oil down there?
Yeah, it's a little oil down there. Yeah, I don't think it's any more than what's ever been down there.
No.
Okay, now you're back in the generator room. You got 3 generators there, and this is a switchboard. Once you got your converter going up there, then you can come down here and throw in whatever switches you need to run whatever circuits that you need. Now,
Oh, so when you get that generator running, the lights won't come on right away then, you have to come down here and turn
yeah,
it on?
come down here. There's some circuits that are left open to
Yeah.
give you.
I haven't, nobody's bothered any of them,
Yeah,
so.
see,
The only thing we've changed down here is the winches. When we came down to turn the winches on and off.
see this shore power. Here's your shore power. It's on.
Mhm.
So when your converter kicks in, the shore power would run down through, could be converted down here to 220, and your board would be energized. And then you want to be careful that you don't just grab anything. And try not to open up too many circuits to overload that converter, just the necessary power, the winches, that the 3 switches for the winches would be sufficient. And it'd take me a minute to find the right one there. Here's your stern capstan. You would have to turn this one on.
That's for the winches?
This is for your capstan back aft, or running the winches back aft.
Okay.
It's off now, and of course you have to kick it on, and then when you're through, you turn it off. And then also,
Okay.
you got here's your anchor windlass. The other one down here. Boat winch.
Winches are off before you come down to throw this, and it's a good idea. There's hardly, you can hardly, if you're an outsider and don't know it, don't know whether they're off or not. So it's a good idea to have somebody stand by the winch when you come down.
Oh, okay.
Because there's paint and everything on the winches, and you don't know whether they're off or on.
Okay.
And if you throw this, they're on, they could break the line for you.
Oh, okay.
Here's if you want to get lights in the cargo hold, here's your switch here. And you see, you have to turn, in order to kick them in, you have to turn.
Okay.
Because you could never do it, so you have to, and then kick them in.
So that one you would want to throw on, right?
If you want to put the lights on the cargo.
Okay.
Yeah, throw that.
I'm just getting what I read.
Down here. Fire pump, ballast. Here's your forward switch. Here's the switch. I knew it was now. This is the one that you activate the forward winches.
Are all those labeled, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you really got to go over the board. And here again, you got to get the lock out and then kick it in. It's supposed to snap back. But here's the other one. The forward winch. You got a capstan up forward, and you got the 2 winches.
Right, here's the AC/DC converter. Right here. Looks like it's on.
Just shift to show telephone.
Yeah. Rudder angle, cute.
So you can turn that converter